What's up guys, V here, and today I'm going to show you guys how to upgrade your current hard drive into a solid state drive. Now the reason you might want to do this is because your computer has slowed down over the years. I'm going to go ahead and open up Edge real quick just to kind of show you how slow. There you go, finally loaded. So that's one reason you might want to upgrade, or you might want to upgrade because your current hard drive might be going bad, which in turn will make it slow. I'm going to try to show you guys what it sounds like when a hard drive is going bad. So I'm going to try to put my microphone as close to it as possible just to show you what it kind of sounds like. Now, hopefully you guys were able to hear that, but if you couldn't hear that in the video, I apologize. The way you would notice is it just sounds like something rattling inside of your laptop or PC. So you got to remember the hard drive has a round disk that spins at a certain RPM. And if it's rattling, you can imagine it's probably shaking like that. So that being said, that might be a couple of the reasons why you might want to upgrade. The other reason, maybe you want more storage. In this case, we're actually cutting the storage in half. We're going from 1 terabyte to 512 gigabyte. And that's not a big deal because my friend does not need a whole terabyte. He just wants the speed that comes with the solid state drive. There you can see the speeds listed on it, 520 megabytes per second. Read and write is 450 versus a typical hard drive. One of the faster ones is probably around 100. So you're getting 5 to 10 times faster depending. In this case, it's probably even faster because this one is bad. So the first thing you're going to want to do is actually clone your current hard drive to your new SSD or new hard drive. I do have a full tutorial how to clone for free, and I will link it somewhere along the top here. So definitely check that out if you want to get into that. Once you have your new hard drive or SSD cloned, what you want to do is go ahead and shut down your PC or laptop. So go ahead and shut that down. Once that is fully shut down, unplug your PC or laptop. And in this case, because this is a laptop, there's also a battery. So we're going to go ahead and take that out. So unlock it here. And there we go. Now what you want to do after you got the battery out and it is unplugged from power, you want to press and hold the power button to discharge any extra electricity going through it. So I just like to press and hold, and then I'll just press it a couple times just to make sure everything is discharged. Alright, now that you got everything unplugged, discharged, remember to unplug any USBs that you have in there. You're going to need some kind of small electronics toolkit. I got this from Walmart. I think it was like $15. Really cool toolkit to have. Very handy. There's a screwdriver from it. Couple different pry tools. There's better ones out there, and you might need some tweezers, you might not, depending on your PC. Now I brought along a couple different PCs. This is the one we're upgrading, and as you can see, there's a couple visible screws. This whole back panel is going to come off. Now something like this, you would only remove this portion here. And now one thing to remember, sometimes there are screws underneath the rubber feet or whatever, the non-slip things. So here's another example. On this one, you would only remove this L portion here. And this one has none of those feet. I believe it's just that one screw. There might be another screw under the battery. Regardless, every laptop will be a bit different. So I'm not going to go in too much into detail of how to remove this, but I will just show you me prying and stuff like that. So with all that being said, let's go ahead and take this thing apart. This one, for example, does have screws underneath these feet. Remove them carefully. And as you can see, there is a screw up under there. So I'm going to go ahead and remove all 4 of these. We're just going to go ahead and remove all 10 screws, I believe it is. Here's a quick tip with electronics and their screws. So I know this laptop, I believe all the screws are exactly the same, so I can just put them in a pile. However, if you're unsure, you can take them out of the casing, and then what you do is, say you have the laptop like this, put the screws in that direction. So now I have this center one, and I'm going to put it right up top in the center. So I know this corner one goes here, this one goes here, and this one goes here. And then this one would go here, this one would go right beneath it, etc., etc. You get the point. If your laptop has a disk drive like this one does, usually the screw right, what's it called? Parallel, I believe it is. Parallel to that hard drive in the center somewhere will be the one holding it in. You want to remove the hard drive before you start prying if you're taking the whole back off. If it's like one of the other laptops, you don't have to. So I took that screw out, and now it just slides right out. Just like that. If you're going into this blindly, I highly recommend trying to find a model number and looking up on YouTube your exact model number. There should be a teardown video. In this case, I went in blindly. I figured, and I was just really careful doing this. So what you want to do once you get all the screws out is open this up. And since this whole back comes off, we have to pry from here. So I'm going to try to stick this little pry tool somewhere in here. There we go. And then just slowly slide it across. Then maybe take a longer pry tool, but be careful. Like I said, if you don't know what you're doing, definitely look it up, because this could be catastrophic. If there is some sort of cables on the backside or whatever, then definitely want to be careful with that. And that's off. In this case, there were no wires or anything. Alright, now you want to get your hard drive out. In this case, it's right here. And this might be a good time also to upgrade your RAM. There is another slot right here, so I could technically get another 8 GB, throw it in there, and have 16 GB. So with your hard drive, just look for any screws that you might need taking out. In this case, I think it's just this one. Put that to the side. And yep, it was just one. And now what you want to do is remove this little bracket, and we're going to go ahead and transfer it to this one just like that. So take out these screws. I think it's just 2 on this one. Yours might have more or less. And now, so we don't lose that orientation, we're gonna just go ahead and slide it over. Alright, now you can tighten them down. Good. And now this just plugs in exactly like you had the other one. And slide it in. It goes down. Take your screw. And we're officially done. Now put your back cover back on, go in reverse. We're going to go ahead and do that. Alright, now final testing. And she lives. 3, 2, 1. And once it starts up, I'm going to show you how quickly it loads stuff right off the bat. It just started up. I haven't cut this video. And there you go. Google Chrome loads up real quick. File Explorer. loads up. It's so much faster, snappier. And we are finished. This is what came out of it. It's a 1 terabyte, 5400 RPM. This is one of the slowest hard drives pretty much you can get. Just upgrading from a hard drive to a solid state drive, even if your hard drive isn't bad, you will notice a huge difference in speed, guaranteed, especially if you get a high quality solid state drive like the one that I have. And that's all I got for you in this video. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. Hope you subscribe. Peace.